Hello and welcome to another Bayek tabletop gaming video. Today I am going to do an unboxing and I'm moving away from Flames of War and Team Yankee for a little bit. Sadly, the Battlefront have had to close their factory in Malaysia temporarily due to COVID to keep everyone safe, but that does mean there's going to be no new releases. But to be honest, I'd rather have no new releases for a while than people getting ill and dying and all horribleness of COVID. Anyway, instead I am going to do an unboxing of this Adeptus Titanicus, the Horus Heresy start set, the game of Titanic battles in the Age of Darkness. I've been playing I've been collecting Adeptus Titanicus since it first came out. I've not been playing it for that long though, because my friend Jamie, hi Jamie, no doubt they'll watch these, but hi anyway. My friend Jamie's only just recently started collecting it. I've managed to finally persuade him to take the plunge. He was waiting for some Xenos for it, Eldar Rocks, but who knows if that's ever going to happen. And everyone likes big stumpy robots. At the moment, I'm using a wobbly hand cam because the box is so big. If I precariously balance my phone on this music stand, which I used to precariously balance my phone on, you can't fit all the box in shot. I'm also still precariously balancing a lamp, so I like this width because I'm nothing if not cheap. Anyway, you may notice the cellophane has already been removed from the box. This is because this is a second take. Why is this a second take? Well, I got halfway through my first take and burped because I am classy. And I thought, no, I did debate, shall I just run with it? Because I don't do editing. And I thought, no, let's start again. So no cellophane on this, but let's just pretend this is the first take. I won't tell anyone if you don't. Anyway, I'm going to go precariously bounce my phone, and we'll start. So precariously bounce that there. Yep. And flip this over so you can see what we got in here. So what do you get in here? You get two Reaver Titans. Do this. Two Reaver Titans, different weapon loadouts, same body, different weapons. Two Warhounds, identical but with weapon options. Two, I think it's key pronounces Ceristus Knights, Stabby Knights. Plus rulebook, quick reference sheets, terminals, weapons cards, strategic gubbins-y things, stratagems, which are some of these are used for, plus dice and tape measures and things. It was worth pointing out there are two Adeptus Titanicus starter sets. There's this one, and there's the Grandmaster one. In the Grandmaster one, you get, I believe it is, two Warhound Titans, two Warlords Titans, and 6 of the normal, regular, teeny tiny knights, which I can't remember the name of quite clearly. And some buildings. However, that's really expensive and not particularly a good start because the Warlords Titans in there are identical. They've just got volcano cannons and apocalypse missile launchers. So it's not a brilliant idea. This is a much better start and cheaper. So let's flip it over and open the box. And what do we have in here? Lots of shiny plastic that I hastily repacked. So let's pull some of this out and start going through what we have. So that there for now. So what do we have in here? We have, these are all your Titans and Knights. So let's divvy them up and then we'll go through them. That's a Reaver. That's a Reaver. They're both Reavers. That's a Warhound. That's a Warhound. That's a Warhound. Those are the two weapon sprues. There's some Knights. Right, I will go through these. So, Warhounds, they come on 3 sprues. You can fit all those in. You get 2 across these 3 sprues. You get I won't go through the full sprues because it's like, oh, here's some armor plates, and here's some more armor plates, and here's some more armor plates. And the other one is use this bit, this bit, this bit, and this bit to make the body. But here is the Warhound armor plates. You can see you've got 4 different choices of tops for the 2 Warhounds. Some with the Eye of Horus on, if you want to be the good, bad guys. Who knows? Death to the False Emperor. That's all I'm saying. various armor plates for the different parts of the Titan. You do get the 2 heads, 1 head there and 1 head there. 1 head there. 4 head options. It's been a while since I built one of these. So that's the armor plates for the Warhound. You get the body for the Warhound. Again, this is used to make both the Warhounds, so you can see various legs and feet and body options. I won't go through that in too much detail. There is the arms you use to connect the weapons to the body, which I shall go through in a little bit with you to discuss something about that. And here is the weapons. So you can see it's kind of a mirrored sprue. You get on here enough to give 1 of everything to each Warhound. So each Warhound will have 4 arm options, and you can mix and match them. So there's your Plasma Blast Gun, which is parts there, Vulcan Mega Bolter, Incinerator, and Turbo Laser. So you can, if you wish to in the rules, give like the same Titan 2 Plasma Blast Guns and then 1 a Vulcan Mega Bolter and a Turbo Laser, entirely up to in the rules. That's the Warhound. The Reavers, there are 2 sets of identical sprues. So you get 2 sprues of the armor plates. So I'll put the other one over there. 2 sprues of the armor plates. You can see you get a different choice. So for the shoulder pants, you can get blank ones. You can get ones with the Eye of Horus on. It's going to focus, maybe. Ones with whatever this symbol is on. I don't know what it's called. 2 different top options, a plain one and one with lots of detail on it. And various other armor plates to go the different parts of the Titan. There are 2 body sprues. Again, this just makes the body, so you've got the feet there, bits to make the legs and the body. Leg bits there. And 2 of those. And 2 different weapon sprues. Again, you can mix and match these between the Titans. So this is when you buy if you buy a Reaver Titan on its own, though, you get one or the other. You wouldn't get both in. So this sprue contains, it's usually 3 arm options and 1 carapace option. So this one, you have a Power Fist for your, if you really want to punch something. You've got the various parts to make the Gatling gun. I can't remember the proper names for these things, so I apologise in advance. You've got the 3-barreled laser gun, and you have, we'll go through them properly when we go through the cards, and you have the Apocalypse missile launcher bits around here. Also, each sprue comes with the head on it, because you get different head options. So you can see here there's a 1 visor option there for the head, and there'll be another one no doubt lurking somewhere else on the sprue. Can't quite see it, but trust me, these get plenty of head options. Here is the other weapon sprue. So this one's got the Volcano Cannon, the Melt Cannon, the Chain Fist, and the Turbo Laser for the carapace. And these are the bits used to attach the arm, weapons to the arm. These are the arms, sorry, the weapons to the chassis. Which, and again, I'll go through those, something important about those later on. You see here's the different visor plates for the heads. And lastly, and potentially leastly, the knights. So this one sprue makes 2 knights, and each knight, the only options you get, which there's no options basically, you build these knights with the shock lance and the ion shield. Those are the only weapons that are on there. You can get another box set there, these, which builds different weapon loadouts with chain guns and incinerators and things, but this is the only one that's in this box. What else do you get in here? You get, I think these are called the battlefield assets maybe, but you've got, these are arcs templates to work out the arcs, 1 per different size base. So Warhounds, Reavers, and that's if you're using a Warlord or the Warmaster, and Reaver one also uses the Warbringer. You've got these little tokens around the edge. These are used on your terminals, which I'll come through that in a moment. You've got these, I think these are theoretically to use if you're with just number of tokens used for recording various bits of information. And the other parts, these bits around here, these are used to pick battlefield assets. So, for example, there is a big gun. There is an apocalypse missile launcher. There is I think that's a shield generator. There's also a communications one, which uses that part there and that part there. A command, I think that's that bit there for the command bunker. So these are things you can buy and field in addition to the Titans. You also get the Titan head and that thing there, which is basically first player marker, initiative marker, whatever you want to call them. So that's that sprue. You have templates, and if you're like me, you'll have thousands and thousands of these lying around. Classic Warhammer and 40k templates are used in Adeptus Titanicus. So you've got big blast, small blast, and the flamer templates for the incinerator. These are quite thick ones compared to some of the others. Like, I don't know if you can see there, they're quite chunky and thick. You have some dice. Adeptus Titanicus uses regular d6 and some custom dice. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I shall open this up so you can see. And then I can get them out of the bag. So there's plenty of regular d6 in there. That's not a regular d6. That's not a regular d6. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 regular d6 in there. They're quite nice, quite chunky dice. Marble effect, and they've got the Adeptus Titanicus symbol, Titan Legion symbol on the 6. There are 6 order dice. You can give your Titans orders during the game, and you put this dice on the Titan terminal to represent it. So you've got split fire, shut down, first fire, I believe, move further, advance, whatever it's called, charge, and repair, emergency orders on there. So you get 6 of those. You get 2 d10s, which are used for initiative. You only actually need 1 d10, so this will be so you can have 1 each, because it's technically a 2-player start set. You get the classic direction dice with 2 hits and arrows on the other side. It's like, it's going that way. You get a location dice to see where your Titans have been hit. So when you shoot at an enemy Titan, you roll to see if it's going to focus. You roll to see where you hit. So you've got legs, weapons, body, head, and special. Most Titans don't use. In fact, the only Titan that uses a special at the moment is the War Master Titan with its armpit guns are special. And if I had guns in my armpits, I'd be special as well. And you have the reactor dice. So one of the optional rules in the game is the reactor. So you can choose to push the reactor. You can choose to push the reactor in any of the games. If you're playing the basic rules, your reactor goes up by 1 level. If you're playing advanced rules, you roll the dice and your reactor will go by 1 level, 2 levels, or you awaken the machine spirit. Basically, your giant stompy robot gets a bit angry at you. Is that it? No, it's not it, because there's a big piece of artwork in here which shows you some of the other things you can get. So there's different types of knights. Knights are in there. There are the Warlord, the Warbringer Titans, some of the books and some of the scenery, and a piece of shiny artwork for reasons. There are bases. Should be another one somewhere. Bases. So we've got 2 Reaver bases, 2 Warlord bases, which are the round ones, and 2 of the Knight bases. There are, let's go through this sealed pack here. Luckily, I have brought my handicraft knife with me, so I can attempt to open it and no doubt make a mark on the terminals. Let's see what's in here. In here, oh, let's get into it. We have the softback rulebook. So this is all the rules for the game, including some optional extra rules at the back. Some pretty pictures of Titan Legions. So everything you need to play the game is in there. There are the terminals. So you have 2 Knight terminals, 2 Reaver terminals, and 2 Warhound terminals. Now, these terminals, unfortunately, this is one of the issues with the starter set. And when you buy any of the things, these terminals are thin card, you see, quite thin card. And what you're actually meant to do is you will have these tokens that were around the edge of the other Gubbins sprue. And these are meant to track various things. So I'm meant to track my damage on here and my reactor level on here. And my shields on here. But you can see the problem here is they're just sat there. You really could put them upside down because they've got a little raised a bit there. And there's a reason for that. You could put them upside down and they're going to less likely to knock off, but you can still do that. If you buy a pack of the terminal separately, you get thick card ones. Now this is one of the old versions. They are slightly smaller than this now, but it's exactly the same. It's just that there's less. It's a bit more squashed up. It's still perfectly readable. It's just like you don't have like this border at the bottom, and this bit's a little condensed. And here the dips make the dimples, whatever you want to call them, make perfect sense because you can put them on there and everything stays where it is. But you now have to buy those separately. So there's the Reaver terminals, the Warhound terminals, and the Knight terminals. Knight terminals are half the size, and each unit of Knights only requires 1 terminal. Each Titan requires its terminal itself. Each unit of Knights, a banner as they're called in the rules, you only need 1 terminal per banner. So that's those. These are my big bag of tokens, by the way, from my various sets I've been buying. You don't get all of these on that one sprue. They used to, well, I don't know if they do it anymore. There's what they call a Rules and Gubbins set, which has lots of stuff in it. But I've got 2 of those. But anyway, there are the stratagem cards. These are a deck of cards. There should be, if I remember, 2 sets in here. And let's see if we can open this on camera. It's going to end in disaster, surely. And what these are basically sneaky tactics that you can employ. Oh, look at that, that's right. Mashed at the corner. Did I just do that just there? Become like these are sneaky things you can do to enemy titans. You can buy the oh no, it's only 1 deck. You can buy the stratagems, like the bits I showed you on the sprue, like the plasma generator, battlefield assets, that's what they're called, or the communications relay. There's tips and tricks, an orbital launch strike, outflank, blind barrage. There's also objectives in here. So the main objectives for the game and the tertiary objectives. I quite like the thermal mines because it just happens. Something moves and it turns out you're just planting mines in the ground and you can try and blow something's legs off and fail miserably. There are weapons cards, which again have been a bit mashed there. That's not brilliant, is it? We'll blame it on me hastily repacking the box, so I could do a second take. The weapons cards, which are... There shouldn't be a loud near thing, should I? So these are the weapons cards for the various titans. So you've got Reavers, a Powerfist, Chain Fist, Missile Launcher, Turbo Laser, Gatling Blaster, Laser Blaster, Volcano Cannon, Melter Cannon, and then you've got the Warhound ones, Turbo Lasers, Destructors, Plasma Blast Guns, Volcano Mega Bolters, and the Inferno Guns. There are other weapons. That's all the weapons for the Warhounds. There are other weapons you can get for the Reavers. And it's sadly they've not included the cards for those. They are ones that you can buy from Forge World or third parties. I'll come to that in a moment. I keep saying I'll come to stuff. Trust me, I'll come to them at the end. There are the building instructions. I won't bother opening these, but you can build instructions to build the various titans. 3 manuals in there. 1 for the Reavers, 1 for the Warhounds, 1 for the Knights. There are 2 sets of decals, one for the Titans, one for the Knights. There's 2 quick reference, some more decals there. There's another one for the Titans, apologies. 2 for the Titans, 1 for the Knights. And there are 2 thin paper quick reference sheets. And they're, I knew that was going to happen at some point. Where are we? There we are. And there is one of these things, which theoretically is meant to be a ruler, but you usually use it for hitting people, if you mean. Anyway, so that's everything you get in the box. It's a lot of stuff. It's a good price for what you get in the box. And here are, in true Blue Peter style, if you're not sure what Blue Peter is, it's a British TV kids programme that everyone in the UK has watched from speaking of years. Here are ones I made earlier. So there is a Reaver. So this Reaver has a Apocalypse missile launcher, a Gatling blaster, I think it's called, and a turbo laser destructor. Pew pew. Here is a Warhound, classic Warhound, with a plasma blast gun and a Vulcan mega bolter. And here is one of the Knights. Very basic paint scheme by me. This is actually contrast paint over silver spray. And now, the important thing about Adeptus Titanicus is this. Magnets. You can glue all the weapons on if you show desire. But magnets are a thing. The Reaver has a hole in the top for a 5x1mm magnet. So put one in there, there's a hole in the underside of the carapace weapons, and you just pop it in and it magnetizes. The Reaver arms do not come with holes for magnets. The Warhound does not come with holes for magnets. There's a way around this. The Knights you don't need to magnetize because there's no options. On the Reaver, you've got 2 options. I shall pull this up here. You can either drill holes in the arm. So you get that there. I've drilled a hole in the arm attachment and glued the magnet in. Same again on that side. See, I've not quite drilled the hole enough, and the magnet's sitting a bit proud, but it doesn't matter because even when I glue this on, magnetize it, you can see it's no one's going to notice there. With the weapons, I did start drilling holes to put the magnets in, but in the end I just decided to sit the magnet on top because they're only 1mm thick. So that's there. However, there is a company called Battlebling, and they make these. And these, I believe it's £5 for a pack of 6. And these are Reaver arms already with a hole. So if you're like me and hate drilling holes for put magnets in, just buy a pack of these. The arm, rather than gluing that bit on, you glue this bit on. You don't have to wash it or anything. It's 3D printed. You don't have to wash it. It comes ready to be glued on. And then you can just stick your magnet in there, glue this onto your model, and it's fantastic. Save a lot of time. The other thing they also do is make, you know, so there's alternate weapons you can get for Reavers. They make alternate weapons. So here is their, definitely not a Vulcan mega bolter for the carapace on my Reaver. It comes, I think this was a £5. Comes in several bits. See if you can get the light to show this. Lovely bit of kit. I've not asked me to. I've slightly mashed that. I put the magnet in the wrong way around, so I had to chop it down. That's my fault. They've not asked me to say anything about them. I just think they're a fantastic company. I will put a link to them in the description. They've got an Etsy store, they've also got an eBay store, and they're making lots and lots of wonderful things for the Titans. They've made some. I'm using this instead of the chain fist, because if you use a close combat arm, it's a different arm assembly. But if you use this, you can use the same arm assembly as the guns, and it still fits in that there nicely. They're also making more heads, so you can have different heads on all your models, which are coming out soon. There is the Warhound. I believe they make Warhound arms. I've not. Oh, it's the bottom of the base. No one wants to see that. Warhound arms. That is the. What was I saying? So I've completely lost my train of thought now. The Warhound arms. The Warhound arms are slightly different. Rather than drilling holes in them, all you do is, because it's kind of a ball and socket. See if I can find the big pile of screws. Where's the Warhound arm? there's all around it. It's kind of but all I do is slice it on that bit there, glue the magnet onto that. It's about the same size, 5x1, and in the, it probably sits slightly bigger, but it doesn't really matter. No one's going to look at it in too much detail. And there's a socket joint on the weapons, and I just literally fill it full of glue, gel glue, and drop the magnet in. Anyway, that is the Horus Heresy Adeptus Titanicus starter set. If you're looking to get started in it, it's a fantastic bargain, especially if you can get it 20% off several places. I would highly recommend it, and even if you're already playing Adeptus Titanicus and you want a couple more Warlords or a couple more Reavers, you might as well buy it just to get all the other bits as well. I'm now going to go find a friend who doesn't currently play Adeptus Titanicus and donate them the rulebook from it so I can try and lure them in. Anyway, I best go tidy all this mess up I've made now and then go have a cup of tea. Right, thanks very much. Catch you on the next one.